Hello there, Aquarius. Welcome on into a general weekly reading for you for this upcoming week. I do feel right off the bat there's a mixed bag of energies. I feel sort of a little bit all over the place within this Aquarian energy. While you're feeling disgusted with something in one moment, and then you're impressed with somebody or something else, maybe even yourself in another moment, and the next you're just feeling like singing and dancing, and at another point after the fact you just want to kind of get up and go for a run. And Spirit's saying that you're going to be feeling all over the place, but it's all going to play purpose within your week, within your path moving forward. You're going to, for a lot, start to work out again, or more so, and it's going to leave you feeling more vibrant, more exuberant. You know, you're feeling like socializing at random points, and I experienced this with my Aquarian coworker last night. She was so happy and joyful in her random moments of just wanting to socialize and tell stories. And so I see that energy taking over at certain points, and then people are, I'm hearing the word engulfed. They're very captivated by you throughout the week. You're going to feel like it's a mystic period along your path, while the Nine of Swords wants to come out, and that came out in Taurus's reading, but it's to say that you deal with the energies and the factors of your life that could and have stressed you out like a champ. You know, it's not to say that you should have to, but there's a very compassionate energy about you with the Queen of Cups. There's a very sensual energy, while like the fly here, the mosquito, whatever it is somewhat annoying me and frustrating me, but I'm also feeling happy either way. I'm also feeling more grounded than I have been. Why? You're going to, as well, at certain points have they're labeling it as a cocky moment, and I feel this to be very positive for you, where it's like energetically, cheers to me, cheers to Aquarius. You know, I'm quite simply the best. And this confidence that could be labeled as cockiness, whatever, you know, I'm a Leo sun, so I get it. It's playing such a key role in you feeling more accomplished, you feeling more so special, you feeling like you're more of the star that you're meant to forever become in this lifetime. And the number 2 is significant. The number 2, the number 7, and the number 1. I don't know why we went back to 1. And put those together, 271. I don't know what that number talks about angel number wise, but 271. I'm hearing when I like to talk, you know, and there are other opposite moments naturally where, especially when you're surrounded by the wrong kind of energy or you're by yourself, it's whoosh, completely turned off, that switch, if you will. And so I feel there's a nice balance between you getting your voice out there, you enjoying yourself, and then you resting and healing while enjoying the silence at other points. You will feel like the wisdom that you've gained from spirits previously, even maybe in the last days of the week before this one, is now starting to play into your existence, okay? There are certain quotes that you have and will throughout the week write down, whether they came from a YouTuber or another reader, whether they come from spirit directly, could even be something that you remember or think of otherwise, which could be spirit. But these play, again, a key role in your week, and you feel like you're forever moving forward going to be ultra supported by spirit. And what's cool about this energy, interesting way to put it, is it's not just that, but what you're not realizing in the moment is that you're going to support yourself and what's best for you for your path moving forward more than you have been. And it's intertwining quite nicely with the fact that the spiritual energy with you is working with you more than ever and assisting you more than previously. And so I feel like you're golden, okay? You will feel like spirit's providing you a guidebook throughout the week, as I'm being drawn directly to the word guidebook. But it's also about you providing maybe bits and pieces of a guidebook for other people. And at times you do so without even meaning to, without realizing it. But I do hate to break it to you, but time is going to crawl on by throughout the week. Is going to feel like, you know, a lot of you went from a week or two previously where the time was, you know, going by fast, maybe not as fast as previous to that, But now things are slowing down because let's notice and remember Mercury retrograde is right around the corner, right? I should write these dates down, but I feel like maybe that's something for you as well. Numbers may be hard for you to remember, but important dates, important timeline quests. I don't know why I'm getting that. These kind of things should be in an organized manner jotted down because you're feeling, again, a little bit all over the place and maybe a bit jumbled at certain points. And so it's going to benefit you more than ever to get organized and stay that way, okay? You don't want to risk a key piece of information being lost forever. I'm sure it'll come back to you, but you get the point. But then pulling a third card, the Queen of Swords, I feel with also the Five of Swords, you're in a mode throughout the week where you need to be making decisive decisions with your intuition, okay? Tapping into that very intuitive, I feel things accurately kind of a state of being and saying, if it stresses me out, then it's not going to happen anymore, right? And then it's, for some of you, say a job or a lover of yours stresses you out, maybe not all the time, but some of the time, and maybe they make you nervous or something about that situation makes you nervous. And it's not a situation that's leaving your life or you're leaving behind, at least not anytime soon. And so what do we do with the energy at hand? We try our best to work with it, you know? You focus upon your Aquarian energy and being maybe an example for others, but the energy that's going to help your significant other with their energy, or not to say it's your responsibility, but maybe it's about you being bright and light and a little bit goofy and kind of childish at work, and it fixes or helps someone else's energy. Get the point? Sorry, that was a bit too direct, but I feel that you are shining throughout the week, Aquarius. You're saying to other people, maybe directly, but at times energetically, not now. Not now, right? Some people are not picking up on social cues. Some people just don't get it. And some people are not looking at you when they're approaching you, if that makes sense. Or they're looking at you, but not actually reading your energy, where it's, if they actually were, they would be picking up on that message very easily and most likely wouldn't approach you at all. Anyways, but it's just you having a lot going on, right? It reminds me of last night. I was trying to count my cash register at work, and the damn phone was ringing so loud, and there was maybe about 30 people waiting in front of me to be sat, and I was about to end my shift, and then my new coworker comes over and asks me if I knew how to work the phone because I wasn't answering it. And I was just like, I'm literally trying to count money. Not now. So that's the kind of the energy I'm getting with that. But the Two of Swords in reverse. Okay, you're going from a state of not fully getting it to now better understanding what you need to understand the most. I know it's kind of a weird way of putting it, but say there's a new change, a switch up on the horizon for you individually, and you know that's going to come to be. You maybe want it to a very strong extent, but you don't know which situation is going to work best for you, or you don't have the clarity otherwise that you want, that maybe you've been demanding. And it's a week, my friend, where you gain that understanding. You may even find that Spirit's saying, this is where you're going to move to. This is where you're going to gain employment, or this is the exact person that you're meant to align with, unite with moving forward. But then some of you are thinking, honestly, about how you don't have a lot of friendships in your life, maybe acquaintances, co-workers, stuff like that, where, you know, and I can relate, I don't have a ton of solid friendships in my life, but I will connect with people whenever I want to. Does that make sense? But then Spirit's saying, if that's something you really want to make space and time for, if that's something you really want to put energy and resources towards in the future, will align you with more solid quality friendships, okay? I'm hearing soulmates, if you will. But then the King of Pentacles is coming out because you are looking dapper is what I'm hearing. You're looking beautiful is now what I just heard. And so it ends up being a week where your confidence is nicely as well intertwining with and meshing with your good looks, your quality choices of how to appear to the world. But I know your reading was quite random, so I do want to, leave it at that, wrap it up with a bow. I hope it was truly helpful as always, and I'm sending you so much love and light, Aquarius. Take care.